I'm alive, I'm alive. I'm dead inside. I'm literally dead inside. Okay. Happy Friday. Is it a happy Friday for me? No, I'm having the worst day. And to make it even worse, there's like the who is out there? The cable, someone fixing a pole out there, and it's so loud. So I apologize if you hear that. We're just going with it because I can't delay this any longer. First things first, we need some Alani. What am I doing? Oh, let me tell you what I'm doing today. Today we are going through my top 20 favorite fictional book couples. Yeah, we are. Now this was so difficult. This could change. Tomorrow this could change. My top 10 is solid right now, but like this is what it is right now. So we're just gonna go with that. I also just wanna pause and take a moment to talk about a topic I've become really passionate about since I started reading spicy books, and that is women's self-pleasure. Like reading spicy books, self-pleasure is a topic that can sometimes be considered taboo, when really it's so natural and empowering. It has taught me so much about what I like and what I don't like. And there are some spicy books that make me want to reach for my bedside table to make sure I have my favorite toy on deck. Especially when I'm reading about my single daddies, my billionaire CEOs, my mafia men, my grumpy fae. I need to make sure I have my Layla Sona Cruz too, because it has 12 incredibly powerful settings. And when we are feeling hot and bothered, she is my best friend. I also just love Laylo as a brand because all of the products are super high quality and feel very luxury, and I want to have that luxury experience. Speaking of luxury, when a mafia man pays her $100 for every kiss, I am like really grateful that this has an incredibly long battery life, and it's also waterproof, so I could take it anywhere. This is without a doubt my new favorite toy. And if you want to try it out, you can use the code Marianna10 for 10% off your next purchase, because self-pleasure is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. Now for my Alani, we are having an orange kiss. I don't know where my can opener is. I'm getting my nails done today, which is amazing because I feel like they're a disaster. They're too long. When they grow out to be this long, I'm always dinging them on everything and I hate it, so I need to file them down. These are also my real nails. I get asked that a lot, and I just do gel on them. Because oversharing is my specialty, my mental health right now is not doing the best. My depression has been really bad, my OCD has been really bad, and doesn't matter sometimes how much medication you take, sometimes your brain just takes over. So if I seem a little off, that's why. I feel like it's so important for me to share just the reality of my mental health struggles sometimes, because I never want to live through this like lens, no pun intended, where everything just seems all bright and sunny all the time. And I feel like just like YouTube, this community is like a safe space for me. And it's so important to know that you're not alone. Even when you are looking at people's lives on the internet, that's not a complete picture at all. People struggle and people are with you. I am with you. I hurt sometimes. Sometimes my mind is a tough place to live, and we get through it. We move through it. We wake up another day, we do another day, and sometimes like that's the best thing you can do for yourself. So, okay, at number 20, we have Willa and Cade from Heartless, which is a part of the Chestnut Springs series. Cade Eaton, he's a cowboy single daddy, so of course we love them, but like one of my favorite parts about them is like he's just so grumpy and mean and just wants nothing to do with anyone, and she is fiery, she is feisty, she has a big, bold personality, she's hilarious, and she speaks her mind. She is like so confident in herself, what she wants, what she deserves, what she needs, and she is not afraid to voice that. I have a tendency, like I fall in love with that dynamic so much, and especially when like women who are typically deemed as too much, I relate to that so much because my whole life I've been told I'm too much. And when they're not afraid of their muchness. What is that from? Alice in Wonderland, muchness. They make me crack up. Like, and their chemistry too, just how much they love each other. That's at all these couples. Like they just love each other so much. But yeah, I love them. Then we have Tristan and Marana from The Predator and the Reaper, which are the first 2 books in the Darkverse series. Dark Mafia Romance series, my favorite Mafia Romance series ever. It's like so hard putting them so low, but you know what? We do what we have to do. And Tristan Kane, oh God, Tristan Kane, he barely speaks. He's a man of few words, which that is my type, I fear. And I love, this dynamic, just a man who is so closed off, has so much trauma, is such a tortured soul, doesn't speak, like, doesn't feel emotions normally, feels for the first time for her. You are the only exception. She is the only exception. Oh! And then Marianna, she's like very quirky. She's really nerdy. She's super smart. She says things that are just like, you're like, why? Some people might look at that and be like, ugh, that's weird. But like, I love it because she goes against the grain and she also is not ashamed of that, which, like, I love that. And I love how much he loves her brain and how much he believes in her and how she sees him. Like, she sees through all of his walls, and they literally communicate silently. They have their own language. It's just this silent communication. They don't need words to express their love. Something people have a huge problem with is how Tristan has never verbally voiced to Marianna that, like, said the words, I love you, but he has said them in so many ways without actually having to say them, and she knows that. She knows that. She doesn't need that. And I feel like people who get so frustrated at that completely miss the whole entire point of their whole relationship. I literally love that so much, and just how she lets him be crazy when it comes to how like possessive and protective of her he is. Oh, I love them. At number 18, we have Ray Visconti and Penny from Sinners Condemned and Sinners Consumed, another mafia romance book. Oh my God. Penny gives Willa energy in the sense that she is such a baddie. She is so confident, so sure of herself, speaks her mind. And then Rafe, just this insane mafia man who just worships the ground she walks on. But they start out as enemies to lovers, so they have such good banter, like back and forth. But then this man grovels, and he is just so pathetically down bad in love with her. Something I love so much about them is that, like, she walks him like a dog, and he is sad. He is sad, and he loves it. He loves being walked by her. He pays her $100 for every kiss. Okay. He hates the taste of vodka. He's always only drank whiskey, but she won't kiss him if she tastes whiskey on his lips. What does he do now? He only drinks vodka. He bought her a Birkin bag in every color. He gave her his Amex card and the pin for a lap dance. Okay, like that dynamic. Oh my God, a pathetic mafia man. So like this deadly man who's everyone's afraid of, but she's like, nope. Not me. What I say goes. But I love a couple that makes me giggle. Like, they make me crack, like, so giddy, like, hee. Yeah, I love them. Number 17, more mafia. I'm a mafia hoe, I'm a mafia slut. But we have Christian Alistair and Gianna from The Mattis Obsession, okay? One of my favorite mafia books ever. Christian Alistair. I want him to do despicable things to me. It is that obsession, how obsessed he is with her. And Gianna absolutely also walks him like a dog, okay? He's been obsessed with her for 8 years. He's been in therapy because of his obsession with her. He saved his first kiss for her. He's worn her hair tie on his wrist for 3 years, okay? And she, okay, they're together. She literally forgets his name. It's like, oops. And he's still pining after her. That is all. That's the explanation right there. Also, another silent man, but he's so like clean cut and always has a suit, always put together, everything, like, is so traumatized, so tortured, barely speaks any words. And then, like, for her, he's a puddle on the floor. I love that so much. And she's like, yeah, get on your fucking knees. What is that complex in me? Like a weak man who is literally only for her. Oh my God, don't even get me fucking started. Okay, this next one is pretty low for me right now because they only have one book out and there's still so much for them to go through. But I wanted to put them in my top 10, but like, I know they're higher. I can't do it yet because the competition. And then also there's so much more to them and their story. Like, they just started. They literally just started. So, but we have Chrome and Gray from A Touch of Golden Madness. This is a 6-star read from last year. This is urban fantasy romance. One of my favorite reads of the year last year. God tier. This is a God tier book. The amount of pain they put me through, tears, like screaming, crying, throwing up, they are the definition of soulmates. I will find you in every lifetime. It has quite literally always been you and will only ever be you. I will do anything for you. I will die for you. Like, And feeling that when we only have one book from them, and they are both morally gray. They both have the most traumatizing upbringing, like have so many scars, have so much healing and work to do, are so flawed, but they find like the light within each other and their chemistry. There is so much more to them than meets the eye in the way that he loves all of her rough edges. Like some people get frustrated with her, almost like people get frustrated with Nesta a little bit because she just has so much work to do and it's so hard for her to let her walls down, and he is so patient and he is so willing and he just sees her no matter what. Oh my, I literally can't even talk. That's why, like, I'm like 16, there's no way. And their sheer pain, like sheer pain and suffering. Couples that bring me the most pain, yeah, don't even get me started. Oh dear God. Okay, now we're getting into top 15. This is so hard for me. But we have Reich and Daisy from the Calloway Sisters series. So their books are Hot House Flower and Long Way Down. Reich and Daisy, oh God. Grumpy Sunshine, but she's like the sunshine character, but she's the sunshine character with like the saddest, most tortured, most painful soul. And she uses humor and happiness as a deflection, as a defense mechanism. And he sees right through it from the very beginning. And they just have so much history because they started out as friends and they do have a bit of an age gap. So there's some controversy. Some people don't like that. I love them. I would lay down my life for them. I love them so much. And their scars are very similar. And he sees her from the very beginning when nobody else does. They make each other feel alive and feel seen and heard. And Reich is so grumpy and so mean. And oh my God, he's so fine. He's so fine. The way he cares for her. He flew out to Paris to see her and she was hurt. She was unconscious, okay? And he picked her up and ran 3 miles. 3 miles, did not stop to go find a hospital. He didn't know if she was dead or alive. He had no idea. And it's definitely a forbidden relationship at the beginning. And I love forbidden romance because it's Reich's brother's girlfriend's little sister. So Daisy is like a sister to Reich's brother and he does not want them to be together. And it's like, and her parents wouldn't want them to be together. And so they have to hide that, but like they always come back to each other. They're each other's lifeline. They're each other's like person to lean on in the corrupt society that they live in. And like, they are just so raw and real and they face so many struggles together. Even when they are at their lowest, they never stop believing in each other and like they are just each other's rocks and I just love them. At number 14, we have Feyre and Rhys from ACOTAR. I love them so much. I feel like people are gonna think that this is so low, but no, like they're soulmates. They're also I'll find you in every lifetime. Like I waited how many years? 500 years for you. I love them so much. Now, Nesta is my favorite like FMC in ACOTAR. She's one of my favorite FMCs ever. A Court of Silver Flames it's my favorite book in the series, right? I love Nesta and Cassian, but they're not, I don't know how to explain it. I love them. You know what? Wait, I'm struggling. I don't know. You know what? No. Nesta and Cass, I didn't even have Nesta and Cassian on my list because I'm like, you know what? We make our own rules around here. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're going to do. We are gonna make this a top 21 and we are going to put Nesta and Cassian right below Feyre and Rhys. I'll talk about I'll talk about Feyre and Rhys first. I just feel like Rhys's patience with Feyre and how he waited for her and how he was willing to take a step back and like let her be with someone else if it meant she would be happy, despite how much it would ruin him. I feel like that's a testament to their relationship as a whole. Just their unrelenting love for one another and how long it took them to find each other. I literally love them so much. I feel like their love for each other, you can feel it in your bones. Like you don't even it needs no explanation. And Rhys is morally gray. Like some people have a problem with how he treated Feyre in A Court of Silver Flames. I feel like it was completely in character for him. Him being so protective of her. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't read ACOTAR, but he was super protective and did some things that maybe you wouldn't agree with, but he is morally gray at the end of the day. But I love them so much. Now Nesta and Cassian are also soulmates. What am I talking about? Of course they're on this list. What? They're just tied. You know what? Fuck everyone else. Literally fuck you guys. Fuck you. Who? I don't know. But they're gonna be tied for this spot. That's what we're doing. Because I can't pick. I don't want to choose. But from ACOWAR, like before, like even when they hated each other, like their connection, their chemistry before they were even a couple, like how they were willing to die for each other before they were even together. Oh, and okay, the thing with Nesta, like I am a Nesta to my core. I relate to her so deeply to the point where it makes me sick, right? And how Cassian is there for her and sees her, even when she is just mean and angry and suffering and struggling so much, like he's still there. That type of support, that's the type of support I need in my relationship sometimes. Not any, like I've worked through the points where I have not, when I've been the worst point, like version of myself, and Jack has still seen me and supported me through those times when I needed the extra help and I needed to do a lot of the work. And like having that type of love is really hard to explain if you can't relate to it, but it's so much more than you could even possibly imagine and is so meaningful. And Nesta crawling out of the trenches and being like allowing herself to love Cassian, and I love them. They're also so hot. They are so hot. Sorry. Their banter too. Oh, I love them. Okay, that's that. At number 13, such an underrated couple. We have Tasana and Max from Daughter of No Worlds. The War of Lost Hearts trilogy is my favorite trilogy ever. God tier, everything to me. I am so devoted to them. Oh my God. They're also grumpy sunshine, but she's like not too sunshiny. She, like if you love Aelin from Throne of Glass, you'd love Tasana. She is such a badass romantasy FMC, but in a way that it's not like pick me and choose me. Like I don't need anyone. No, like she's not afraid to be vulnerable at the same time. She is so powerful and so strong, and she sees through people. Like she's able to see down to the core of people and who they truly are. And I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, because she's at one point she's so independent. She's so strong. She stands on her own. She doesn't need anyone to fight her own battles. But then the other, she's willing to let Max in. She's willing to let him fight alongside her. And that's what Max does. He doesn't fight her battles for her. He fights alongside her. And he's just so grumpy. Another tortured soul. Oh my God, my tortured souls. I'm going to sound like a broken record. But when the MMC has so much pain and has suffered his whole life, wants nothing to do with anyone. But then she comes in and slowly, painfully peels back his layers, and he finds something worth living for again. And it is the way that they fight side by side. They are always there for each other, and they make each other better, and they lift each other up, and they believe in each other so much. They're so strong on their own, but together they're just a force to be reckoned with. And their love is, I don't know. It's so hard to explain because it's a feeling, and what they face together, and how they're constantly being ripped apart, but they find each other no matter what. And the way he loves her. Oh, yeah. What number was that? 13. Okay, at number 12. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I feel like I'm gonna do another last minute switch. Connor and Rose. This is too low. Because they are, okay, Connor and Rose, again from the Calloway Sisters series, and their books are Kiss the Sky and Fuel the Fire. They're my favorite couple in the series. Connor, Cobalt, and Rose, like in my top book boyfriends, top FMCs. They are the couple that if people ask me, like, you and your boyfriend, how would you describe yourself if you could in a book? Like, it would be Connor and Rose. Rose is also a character that I relate so deeply to. Like I feel so seen when I'm reading about them to a point where it is scary. So they are academic rivals to lovers. I think I love the OCD rep with Rose, and it is so real and it is so raw. And I think it, like when I read about OCD, it is very hard for me sometimes because I feel like it can be depicted in a way that is just so surface level. Obsessive compulsive disorder, I mean, I'm a slave. I'm a prisoner to my own mind sometimes, and it is so debilitating, and it breaks you down to the point where you just feel helpless and you feel so out of control of your own life. Like I'm not in the driver's seat sometimes, and that type of pain and how that lack of control, how you project that in terms of your actions and your compulsions and your behavior and what you do to take back control, and when you're having episodes, how that affects the people around you. And Rose, like her character depicts that so well, and how Connor deals with her when she's having her episodes. Like it is like, I'm like, that's Jack and I. Like that's literally Jack and I. And their banter kills me. They are so funny. And Connor, again, like Rose walks Connor like a dog. Okay. Like, but also sometimes it's the other way around too, which I love. They banter in French. Yeah, like, sorry. Rose is such a baddie. She's such a boss bitch. Like, she's independent, don't need no man except for you. And then Connor has never really believed in love. He's never really thought he would be capable of love. But then he meets Rose. And again, that gets me. That gets me. Oh my, and he's so funny and he's so sarcastic and he's just so fine. For what? Literally for what? Connor peels back Rose's like rough, jagged edges. When Rose is with Connor, it's the only time that she allows someone else to take control, for her to take a back seat and just let go and like let go of her mind and like let him in and let him love her. Ugh. I'm gonna cry. We have Johnny and Shannon from Binding and Keeping 13. I literally just reread Binding and Keeping 13 and I think that like I'm so unwell. Like I am so unwell. I had to pause halfway through Saving 6 because I can't do it. I'm so emotionally not there. And this is crazy to me because they're literally in high school. It's that pure, wholesome, true love that they share. Shannon comes from such a disgusting and abusive household, and Johnny has known so much love his whole life. Johnny is Shannon's safe space from the beginning. Johnny is the first home that Shannon has ever had. Johnny's the first man besides her brother that she's ever felt safe around. It's the way that, like, Shannon's a softer, a weaker character, and I love that. I love that about her, and she's not afraid to admit it. She does not fight with her fist. She cries tears, and God, don't we all do that sometimes? And I feel like it's the way that Shannon allows Johnny to fight for her when she needs it. And that is a type of strength. It's not like, oh, I can't fight my own battles, I need a man to do it for me. No, it's the fact that a man has always taken so much from her whole life, has always instilled fear. And now when she's faced with certain types of hardships, right, she can't protect herself from, she's giving that trust to a man. When men have always been a point of fear for her, to be like, hey, it's okay, I'm here and I got you. I will keep you safe when you can't keep yourself safe. And something about that is so powerful, and just, you feel it so deeply, and how she comes into her own when she's with him, and he is never, ever, 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 ever back down from her, even though their slow burn is so long. His love for her, he feels it to the point of pain. He yearns for her so deeply to the point where it makes him sick. He discovers so many things about himself through his love for Shannon. He would do absolutely anything for her. He would give up his whole life, his whole career that he has worked so hard for to keep her safe. And he never backs down. He never stops. Even when they can't, like, aren't together. Like, they're not together yet, and he just protects her, and she lets him, but then she also, like, he gives her a space for her to find her independence, her confidence, come into her own, and they heal each other in ways, and it's so pure and wholesome, and their love makes me want to die. Ah! No, like I can't explain it, guys. I don't even know what to tell you. Like, it makes no sense how sick and how obsessed I am with them, and I just, like, they go through so much and it's so painful, but then the ending is so rewarding, and they give you this sense of like, oh, I don't know, like that nostalgia from the first love, and then also just like the pain you go through with them of just wanting them to be together. It's like nothing else. I can't explain it. You guys are gonna think this is so low. You are. I don't care. We have Aelin and Rowan from Throne of Glass. Guys, I love them literally so much. Okay, you have to understand, like, the competition is steep. Aelin and Rowan, to whatever end. Aelin is number one FMC. It's the way that, like, she is so powerful, so strong, another character that stands on her own, doesn't need anyone to fight her battles. Rowan's another MMC that supports her, stands by her. I am with you. I'm not gonna dim any of your light. And just, he uplifts her, and it fights by her side, and is just like, worships her, sees every single piece of her, sees all of her bits, and loves every single one. That is his purpose. And then Aelin, when she never thought she'd be capable of loving someone so truly like she has in the past, and then she finds Rowan, and it's like a piece of her soul was missing. The tears that they bring to my eyes, like, and them together is the fiercest, most powerful thing. I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't even know what to do. Like, it takes so long for them to let each other in, and then once they do, Rowan also always constantly believes in Aelin when she doesn't believe in herself. He is always constantly looking out for her and putting her first and making sure that she puts herself first too. The suffering they have both endured separately and then how they've still found each other in the end like makes me ill. Also from the Throne of Glass universe, they've always been my favorite. Okay, Manon and Dorian. They are also like in a fantasy couple, like a spirit animal fantasy couple that I would say describes Jack and I. It would also be Manon and Dorian. She's just such like, oh, she's just this crazy bad bitch witch. Okay, and Dorian, like literally he's possessed, but the first time he sees her, lays eyes on her. And he takes back his soul for a moment because he sees her, so that he could flirt with her. I'll bleed whatever color you tell me to. Like another man that just absolutely is on his knees for her, like being like walked like a dog, would do anything she says. Like they are also soulmates from the moment that they meet. And let me fucking tell you, like that dynamic, oh, when she is like the black cat energy and he's deadly, okay, and has layers to him, has trauma, but is such a golden retriever underneath too at the same time, and is just panting and pining and yearning for her and like would do anything to have her by his side, but everything is keeping them apart. Here's the thing, they also make me sick because they're the only couple in that, like they have an open ending. We don't know how they end. We have no idea. And I will never forgive SJM for doing them so dirty like that. Because what the fuck do you mean? If I don't get a Dorian and Manon novella series or something, like I am so delusional that I'm just holding out. Like that's in the works. Like that's why she left their ending open, because what do you mean? They're also so fine. They're flirting, their banter, like, oh! She just has him wrapped around her finger, but like also like, I just love them so much. Like, and Manon just like thinking she's incapable of feeling, of like having a soul, having a heart. And with Dorian, he's like, no, like you are capable of that. She allows herself to feel with him. BJ and Magnolia from Magnolia Parks. And this is the couple where I'm like, look up in the dictionary soulmates and it is them. Have I said that already? I think I have. They're so messy and they're so toxic, and some people do not like them at all. They have been each other's first and only love. Over years and years it takes for them to finally be together. What they go through. Again, toxic. Like so flawed, but their love for each other is unwavering. No matter what, no matter who they're with, no matter the distance, like no matter the time, it doesn't matter, always them. How they feel about each other, how they describe each other. Like it's also Jessa Hastings' writing. Jessa Hastings is my favorite author. How she writes love, it hits you deeply in your soul. It just makes me so emotional. Hang on. The years whistle around our ankles like leaves in the wind, and we're lovers in autumn under a tree, raining orange and regret. And in that moment, we're still each other's. And time wraps around us in the infinity we thought we had, but we don't anymore because he broke us. He laughs, and for some reason, it sounds like I'm ringing the doorbell of the home I grew up in. I have all of these ties to him. First boyfriend, first kiss, first love, first time, first everything really. How he was my teacher and my partner in so many key life areas. My best friend in my family, and my pillow and my quilt. Each of them are like bricks laid in the house I built to love him. But the point is really that house I built isn't a monument to love I used to have. It's a house I want to live inside of still. BJ and I are unquantifiable. It's the nuances of all the ways we love each other and have loved each other and keep on accidentally loving each other. And it's the intricacies of our threads we've knotted together. And it's the secrets we know about each other. And it's what one broken heart we share. BJ and I think we're like a fine chain gold necklace all tangled. Not impossible to undo, but it feels like it is. You can sometimes maneuver the chain free of itself, but not very often. Most of the time you have to undo it at the clasp or break it completely for the knots to come undone. If I loved myself more than I love her, I would have cut the ties between us as soon as she started to strangle me with them. If I loved me more, I would have let me drift away into the dark, out of her light, but I didn't, and I couldn't, and I won't, because when it comes to her, I have zero instinct for self-preservation. I'll die in her arms or at her doorstep trying to get back into them. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, that's them. I have no words for them. I literally have no words for them. And there's so many quotes I could bring up, but I'm gonna lose it. At number 7, we have Darian and Loren from the House of Devil series. Oh, one of my favorite fantasy romance series ever. First book is City of Gods and Monsters. I talk about this series all the time. Darian Castle's number 2 book boyfriend. What I love, like he's insane. He's unhinged. He's morally black, okay? And he would do burn down the world for her. It's her and only her. He also exists for her. Like, it's disgusting. His pain that he feels when she's not around, when she's in danger, when something, no! But what I also love is Loren is she's a weaker, softer character. She has so many flaws. She's a human in this world with all of these powers and like all these magical beings, and she's just so naive to everything. And she is weak, and she is vulnerable, and she knows that, and she owns that. With Darian, it's almost like she's the light and he's the darkness. He sees so much strength and power in her heart, in her mind, in her ability to feel all these emotions that he can't feel, to have empathy, to care, to worry. And that is a power in and of itself. And I love that so much because it takes this man who is just so unfeeling, so tortured, so traumatized, so against the world and everything in it. And then he takes a step back and he sees through a different lens for the first time because of her and wants to be better for her. Like, there's no option for him existing in that world without her. And the way she cares for him, the sacrifices she makes for him, the sacrifices they make for each other. Oh my God, like, it's disgusting. No, they make me cry. They're also, it's just like they're soulmates, but everything is keeping them apart. But no matter what, like, at the end of the day, their final decisions, everything they do, the risks that they take are for each other. No, I can't. At number 6, okay, they're my spirit animals. Like, I can't. We have Diana and Samkiel from the Book of Azrael, okay, the Gods and Monsters series. Diana she is everything I aspire to be, but I'm not. But like, she's my spirit animal. She's the morally gray one. She will burn the world down and everything in it for him, but he will also do the same. Like, he's a deadly cinnamon roll god. Okay, they'll burn the world down for each other. Touch him, touch her, you die, you're gone. Like, he quite literally burns down worlds for her when she is at her worst, when she is lost to her anger, her mind, like, dead set on revenge. Nope, I'm there. I'm there and I'm panting. I'm gonna bring, that's mine. Their banter, their spice, their chemistry, their devotion. I'm gonna throw up. Like,
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Neither of them ever back down from a fight, but she still always wins. She always wins in the end. She's insane. She is absolutely psychotic, and he loves it. I love them. I'm gonna die. I have no words. My vocabulary range is awful. Like, I have no range. I've got literally nothing. I have nothing. I'm saying the same thing over and over again, and that's fine. I was also just talking the other day, about just like editing styles on YouTube and stuff. And like, I was watching more YouTube. I'm like, damn, like, people are so talented with their editing. I just make cuts where I'm not talking and zoom in occasionally. Is that fine? Because 1, I'm lazy, and 2, I'm just not that. Does that bother anyone? Because you just get what you get here. There's really no frills. Like I'm like, people put music, what's a montage? What is, I don't know. I'm just here. I'm like, ooh, sound effects, sure. Or I'm too lazy for a sound effect. I'm not gonna go download that. Am I just pausing and staring at nothing for 5 seconds? Sure, but like, it's fine. There's a plane. Anyway, where were we? Okay, we're going into our top 5. I'm alive. I'm dead inside. I'm literally dead inside. Okay, we have number 5, my babies Tori and Darius from Zodiac Academy. This is peak true enemies to lovers. This will ruin all other enemies to lovers for you. No, I actually want to be sick. What they go through, they have the same souls. They bleed the same. Their pain is the same. Like, they're both so hot-headed. They're both morally gray. Oh my God. But, and so the way that they fight for each other, oh my God, the slow burn, like the hatred. But then once they finally give in to their connection with each other, it takes so long. It's so long and so painful. Everything is keeping them apart. Star-crossed lovers. Everything is keeping them apart, and they don't stop. This man, pining. They're messy. They're toxic. Like, they make the worst decisions, but at the end of the day, it's always them. It was always them, and it was always going to be them. A woman going on this rage arc for him, no. They'll put you in so much pain. Sometimes those like the longest, most hard fought, most like back and forth, will they, won't they, when's it gonna happen? Everything keeping them apart. Literally, the stars are keeping them apart. And them fighting for that, and like you wanting it so bad, and you feel them come, like their love for each other is not even something you can describe with words, and how they love each other, and the words that they say to each other, and what they do for each other. No. Not gonna throw up. Speaking of throwing up, number 4, very close. But I'll always be a Blue and Lance girly. Lance Orion and Darcy Vega. Like, they are... It's so funny because it's like they're side by side in terms of my top FMCs, my book boyfriends. Like, I love Lance a little bit more, I love Darcy a little bit more, but it's just barely. But them as a couple, they're so different, right? I mean, they're forbidden, professor student, but it is the way that they were always like, they were destined to not be together, but they never let that keep them from fighting. Their love from the very beginning, it's like, you know how they feel about each other. It's this certain type of chemistry. I don't even know. I just, it's so raw and it's so emotional. Lance is a character that is like so reserved, so closed off, so grumpy, hates the world. Again, I'm a sucker for like, when she's his light, she's his reason for existing. Like, he only exists for her. And Darcy has always been a character, she's like a little bit put on the back burner. She's never been the strongest in any situation. She's always kind of let people speak for her sometimes. And the character that she becomes on her own and with him, like coming into her own, and him again, standing right beside her, supporting her every single step of the way. When they are at their lowest, when they do things to each other that are so painful, but the reason was always because of their love for each other. At the end of the day, like, their actions and everything they do, the mistakes that they make, the hurdles they jump over are because of each other. No, I'm sick. Then we go into my top 3, and this one, I'm really gonna have to be, I'm not emotionally stable to talk about them right now. Any of them, actually, all 3 of them. But we have Joey and Aoife from the Boys of Tommen series, Saving 6 and Redeeming 6. My favorite books in the series. I am literally 60% into my reread of Saving 6, and I had to stop. I stopped a few days ago because I can't stop crying. I can't see through my tears. They are childhood friends to lovers, and their battles, their angst, okay? Like, they loved each other from the moment that they laid eyes on each other. It has always been him, and Joey struggles with addiction. He comes from this, again, just like Shannon. It's Shannon's brother, but a very abusive household, and he has been the father his whole life. He's taken care, he's been the father figure for his little siblings since the age of 13, while taking so much abuse and fighting for everyone else and no one comes to fight for him until Aoife. Aoife sees him no matter what, and he's constantly pushing away because he doesn't think that he's good enough for her. And I'm no good for you. And she's like, Joey Lynch, I see you, and I'm not backing down. And you cannot, the pain that they will bring you, what they go through together and separately, it is a pain I can't even describe. That's why it's like rereading it again. It is everything to me, but it affects me so much, and I feel it like it is my own. It hurts, and it hurts in a way that I can't even describe. But Aoife's unwavering love, and the fact that like Aoife brought Joey out of the dark. The first time he felt loved and seen in his life is because of her. Everything he does is for her. He's in rehab, okay? And he goes, at night, when the withdrawals still hit me deep, I curled up in the smallest ball I could and thought about her. That was the only thing that kept me going. Her face, the only face. Her picture in my pillowcase was the only thing I had from back home. She was the only one I brought with me. The only one I prayed would be there when I got out of here. Even though I knew she would be better off far away from me. I'd dragged her down to my toxic level, and then I'd left her alone. And still, she remained by my side. Through the storm, through the Category 5 fucking hurricane that was my life, she stayed. Never giving up on me even when I'd given up on myself. No one ever got me like she did. Nobody ever accepted me like she had for me. Holy shit, guys. I spent so long trying to push her away that when I stopped, it was so easy. Being with her was like breathing. I didn't know I needed the air, but I knew that I would die without it. No, I can't. I'm done. Oh God, brace yourself. This is what they do to me. Oh my God, no. I'm also very emotionally unstable right now, but Christian and Daisy are number 2 from Daisy Hates, which is a part of the Magnolia Parks universe. Daisy Hates the Great Undoing is my favorite book. Something that hits me so deeply about them is their story isn't finished yet, and we have no idea when it will be finished. And the ending, the cliffhanger, the pain that this left off of is the worst pain I've ever experienced from a couple before. And Jessa Hastings notoriously says she does not promise happy endings. She does not promise a happy ending for Daisy and Christian. We know they're gonna suffer so deeply, and I have no idea if they're gonna end up together. And part of that adds to how emotional I feel about them, because in my eyes, it's like they don't exist without the other. That's I mean, that's the type of love Jessa Hastings writes. Soulmates, like that type of bond that you can't really explain or understand. Again, toxic, messy, always having things keeping them apart, but no matter what they face over the years, always coming back to each other and never finding love quite like what they have because there's nothing like it for them. And it's like in the little moments, in the little things that make me so emotional about Jessa Hastings' writing. I stare over at her, love her more than I did a second ago. I don't know how, I just do. Christian says, Mom used to say to me, when you pick who you want to be with, you have to imagine every part of life, every scenario. Good, bad, happy, sad, painful, beautiful. Not just the person you want to do road trips with, but the person you want to be stuck in gridlock traffic with. Not just the person you want to have babies with, but the person you want to grieve with. The person you want next to you on the worst day of your life, at the funeral of someone you love. Who's next to you? Who do you go home to? You don't need a fair weather lover. You need the person that's going to stand next to you, staring down the barrel of the storm. It's Daisy. I know it's Daisy. I don't really know what else to say about them because they both face so much pain in their lives and just constantly have life against them. And especially Daisy, she truly believes she was never meant to live a normal life and never meant to be happy and never meant to find love. And Christian proves her wrong. And Daisy is also like a lot of rough edges, has a lot of bite to her, makes poor decisions. So does Christian. And they just see each other. And I can't. Finally, at number 1, this is no surprise, but we have Xaden and Violet from Fourth Wing holding up Onyx Storm, who I struggle in general to talk about them, especially because of the ending of this book, their love for each other. I will lay down my life for you without question. I think it is just, the way that they both believe in each other. Violet lives in this world that is constantly against her, right? Like she's constantly the weakest. She is constantly facing death. She has to struggle with a chronic illness. She has been lied to her whole life. She is learning so many things. She's given all of this power that she doesn't know what to do with, and she's a fighter. She's always fighting. She never lets that get her down, and Xaden always believes in her every single step of the way. He always sees her, and he always sees her strength. And another one where they fight beside each other. She sees his heart. She sees the best in him. She sees what he's capable of when he doesn't. And they're each other's peace in a world where there is no peace, in a world where there's no guarantee of tomorrow. And like how they fight for each other day in, day out. It's just, no one compares to them. Nobody compares to them. And it makes me so emotional because of how quickly they are willing to sacrifice themselves if it means the other one is going to be safe. And the angst between them and what is keeping them apart, and how you just want them to find their happiness and to be together like so deeply, and how much they deserve it, but also how it's just almost seems impossible. I like really can't handle talking about them right now. But the love confession from Iron Flame like wraps them up to a T. Oh, Xaden's devotion to Violet. Like, everything he does is for her. No, I can't. I'm sorry if you expected me to do the noble thing. I warned you. I'm not sweet or soft or kind, and you fell anyway. This is what you get, Violet. Me. The good, the bad, the unforgivable, all of it. I am yours. You want to know something true? Something real? I love you. I'm in love with you. I have been since the night the snow fell in your hair and you kissed me for the first time. I'm grateful my life is tied to yours because it means I won't have to face a day without you in it. My heart only beats as long as yours does, and when you die, I'll meet Malik at your side. It's a damn good thing that you love me too, because you're stuck with me in this life and every other that could possibly follow. I can't help but get emotional. I want to die. Anyway, that's it. I need to be done. Like, I can't handle this anymore. Like, I'm actually going to throw up. I feel too deeply at the end of the day is the answer. Those are my top 20. Could that change? Probably. I feel like I'm going to go crawl into a hole and sleep forever. Will I ever find couples that compare to any of them? No, probably not. But that's it's the reality of life. It's full of disappointments. Anyway, go be horizontal. Go get a sweet treat. Go grab a book and read and turn your brain off and just enjoy living, because right now I'm personally not, but that's fine because tomorrow's a new day. Anyway, everything's fine.